Guys, most people cannot be the next Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk because most of us don't have the drive, the tenacity, and the smarts probably. But most people have the ability to live a good life and even be semi-wealthy by the time they retire. So why do so many people fail at this? It's because of the things that people do that take them off the road to wealth or slows them down significantly. So to show you what I'm talking about, let's say that the road to wealth or your success in your career or anything like that, your life basically, is like running a race. Now, in this picture, who's going to win? Well, these guys are almost identical, the same build, same age. They look like they have the same level of health. So if you are competing in a job or something like that, and you're this guy and you're competing against this guy, who's going to win this race? It's a toss-up, right? You can't really tell just by looking at them. It could be either one of them. We are mostly of the same kind of average kind of person, right? So now let's say in your life or on the road to success or the road to wealth, you're competing against somebody like this who is overweight, unhealthy, maybe doesn't get enough sleep because he's up playing video games or drinking vodka or something like that. And he has all this credit card debt on his back, so he's stressed out and has gambling debt and doesn't exercise at all, while this guy exercises and eats well and puts money away to invest for the long haul in sensible things. So you see, it's not that hard to win a race in business or in life or in your finances when you are just doing the right things, eating well, sleeping well, putting money away, not spending money on frivolous things or getting caught into get rich quick schemes and things like that, and just compounding that all the time versus the person who is doing none of those things and doing things that are actually harmful to them. So I'm going to list all of these things from least harmful to the most harmful, and this goes for your health and your wealth. Now, we all do some of these things to some extent. The point of this video is not to shame you for spending money on something frivolous once in a while or eating junk food sometimes. It is to get you to be honest with yourself and see which of these things you may be doing too much of, so that you can make an effort to do less of the harmful things and more of the positive things. Now, how do you know if you're doing too much of any of these things? Simple. If you find yourself getting really mad and feel the need to comment something like, I work really hard, and if I want to play some video games to decompress, what's wrong with that? Or, hey, I only drink 2 glasses of wine with my dinner, and they say wine is good for you, so what's wrong with that? Or, hey, the last time I went to the casino, I won $1,200 after just putting $10 in the slot machine, so I come out ahead. I'm usually lucky. If you feel the need to get defensive, it is your subconscious that knows you are doing something against your best interest. So I'll start with my confession. I watch way too many YouTube videos, and while I tell myself that it is mostly educational, a lot of it is really just wasting time as entertainment. I would be better off making more videos than watching them. Also, I have a sweet tooth and I love chocolate ice cream. I'm trying not to eat any by not keeping it in my house or buying any and buying fruits instead. But when I go on vacation, I usually go back to eating some of these things because I'm on vacation, right? I know I can do better. But let's start with the least harmful thing, things that waste your time. Now, everybody has their way of wasting time. One is not really better than the other. Things like TV, social media, YouTube, video games, watching sports, watching spicy content. Now, this does not mean that you need to spend every spare hour trying to make money. Even if you made $1,000 an hour and worked for 24 hours a day for the next 30 years, it would only be like $262 million. That is not even close to the richest people on earth. So every spare minute is not about making money. But if you say you don't have time to cook your own meals, but you have time to spend 3 hours scrolling on TikTok, you have your priorities messed up. So the next worst thing is money wasters. Now, you can't really save your way to being rich, but you could definitely spend your way to being poor no matter how rich you are. And if you don't believe me, just look at any NBA player 5 years after they stop playing. Most go broke. So the easiest thing to not spend money on are things that would make zero difference in your life if they didn't exist. Things like expensive jewelry, fancy watches, fancy clothes, collectibles. Now, all of these things, especially collectibles, take a lot of your time, money, and effort, only to be sold for pennies on the dollar when you do sell them, or when you die, your heirs will just take it and dump it off for whatever they can get. Another money waster, obviously, is paying credit card interest, because you're not getting anything for that extra interest that you're paying every month for something that you already bought that is most likely losing value as you own it. Now, the most famous investor, Warren Buffett, his returns totaled only an average of 20% a year over his career. Yet credit cards charge you that, or even more, 25% in some cases, just to lend you money to buy stuff you don't need that loses its value. And to keep you stuck holding a balance, they spout out lies to you like building your credit by keeping a credit card balance is a good thing. No, it just gets you used to keeping a credit card balance, which is what they want, because that's where they make all of their money. Now, some people keep money in the bank even though they have a big credit card balance, and they say they need it for emergencies, which makes no sense to me or anybody who looks at it rationally, because you're getting no interest, or at best 4% interest in the bank, while you're paying 20 to 25% interest on your credit card. Another really bad money waster is getting college loans for a degree that you cannot make a lot of money for. So if you're not getting a degree in STEM, or as a doctor or a lawyer or something like that, go to a community college and get your degree in whatever, and don't spend a lot of money, because that doesn't go away in bankruptcy, and you're going to be paying that off for the rest of your life if you're only making 40, 50 grand a year and you owe 150 grand for this college. Now, the next worst thing wastes your health, your money, and your time. And what that is sodas, processed food, fast food, just bad food, things like cigarettes, tobacco, things that are bad for your health that will eventually cost you money from chronic illnesses. So it will cost you money, it will cost you your health, and eventually cost you a lot of time by taking years off of your life, and probably the quality of your life for your last years if you are unhealthy and unfit and can't do a lot of things. And now for the things that are even worse for your health than just kind of junk food kind of thing, it's obviously alcohol, which is not a lot of money unless you drink in bars often. It could become a lot of money, but you could become obviously addictive and ruin your health. And no matter what they say about red wine has some features that are healthy and stuff like that, if that were true, then just eat red grapes, right? Another thing that's becoming more popular is cannabis, weed, whatever. It's basically the same expense as alcohol, but the habit is probably just as bad or worse, because it makes you lazy, dumb, and actually potential mental illness and psychosis. But there's only so much alcohol and weed you can take that it's not that expensive that it's going to make you broke. Now, hard drugs is obviously one of the worst things you can do for your health and your wealth, because you can spend a lot of money on it, and you'll probably lose your job and your life eventually. Now, you could spend a lot of money on it, but you can't spend unlimited amounts, because it will show to people who know you, your family and stuff, that you're on it. Just by looking at you, you could tell somebody who's been doing hard drugs for many years. So it leads to nothing but misery. But the worst thing of all, worse than hard drugs, is actually gambling, because there's no amount of money that you can't lose. So this includes the lottery, scratch-offs, bingo, slot machines. When you walk down the street and you see some scraggly guy and his teeth are out and stuff like that, you could say, oh, this guy is a meth addict or something like that just by looking at him. But a guy could be walking down the street with a nice suit and look really nice, and he just lost his house or his kid's investment fund in Las Vegas this weekend because he bet it all because he's a degenerate gambler. And gambling also gets you into the mentality of luck and shortcuts instead of hard work. So it is more likely to make you fall for more of these get rich quick schemes that take you off the road to wealth, thinking you found a shortcut. But in reality, it only makes the seller of the scheme richer and puts you farther back on the path than where you started. So it's actually going backwards. All right, so here's another analogy. Say this is you in the car and this is your financial journey, right? The more you drive along this road, you're driving from, say, New York to California, the farther you get along the road, the more money and investments you have. But it's a long road and it's slow and it's live below your means, spend less than you make, invest the rest, put it away in your 401k, get the company match, drive your car for 10 years instead of buying a new one every 3 years, all those kinds of boring things. And people want to believe that they can take this shortcut over here into the casino or the get rich quick or the cryptocurrency or the penny stock or any of these things that promises quick riches so that you take a shortcut. You don't have to do this for 25 years. Well, the reality is these casinos and the get rich quick guys are the ones who get rich, and you go in here, but the road to get out is going all the way back to way before where you started. So you come out poorer than when you went in thinking that you were going to leapfrog up here, but in reality, you ended up way back down here. So guys, we all do things that aren't necessarily good for our wealth or our health to some extent. Do the things you enjoy in moderation. But if you're doing any of the things that are truly damaging to your health or putting your financial well-being at risk, work on changing that behavior even a little bit at a time. Let me know in the comments which of these are your biggest problem. Thanks for watching, guys.